Doing research is extremely rewarding. You get to explore new topics, ask interesting questions, and in some cases contribute useful knowledge to your field. Most of the time, you set your own work agenda. No one's telling you to study what interests them. Instead, you get to delve deeply into subjects you find fascinating. When your work is published, there's immense satisfaction in knowing that your work is available to the public and has potential to influence future research, education, and practice.
A career in research can bring rewards that are unequal in any other profession. You work with some of the brightest people on the planet, you strive to stretch your intellectual capabilities, and you try to find new solutions for existing problems. As a researcher, you have the potential to change people's lives.
My career as a researcher is like a roller coaster ride. There are ups and downs in terms of activity, but also in emotions. There's nothing more exciting to me than to see a piece of work that I've labored over for years in print. Seeing how the research is received and used by international communities is interesting, but it can also be frustrating to receive negative feedback along the way. When you first get on a roller coaster, you don't know exactly where it's going to take you, and research is kind of like that, and a career in research is definitely like that. I love research, and I enjoy seeking and finding answers to questions that I think are important for people, organizations, and society as a whole.
Usually after finishing a PhD, people are hired as assistant professors. You're on a tenure track, which is kind of like probation, where you're expected to show research and teaching capabilities. Once you become tenured or permanent, you often become an associate professor. If you can demonstrate higher levels of research, you can go on to become a full professor. Salaries vary by discipline, but it's not uncommon to begin around $100,000 for assistant professors, $120,000 for associate professors, and $140,000 for full professors.
For non-tenure track positions, there can be a number of roles, whether as a lecturer, where the job is primarily teaching, or as a dedicated researcher. Responsibilities as a tenure track professor include teaching, research, and service, which can be broadly defined.
Postdocs are uncommon in business schools, and many graduates go directly into tenure track positions. In your early years, the focus is on getting tenure, which means publishing research, establishing an ongoing research program, developing a teaching portfolio, and taking part in the administrative life of the university. After tenure, there are several paths. You can continue to develop your research and teaching, become more involved in supervising graduate students, expand your service to the institution or the discipline, or you can follow an administrative path and become a department chair or dean. It's possible to follow different paths at different points in your career.
A PhD is a stepping stone to the research world.
To me, holding a PhD represents hard work and accomplishment. It's a symbol of one of the foundations of my self-identity and self-esteem, which is my intellect. I hold my PhD with pride.
Holding a PhD means that I am trusted to know a certain level of material and to be able to transfer that information effectively to others. The best parts of my job are having flexibility and autonomy, the opportunity to travel and collaborate with others, and having internationally transferable skills.
Two things stand out for me. First, you get to work with very bright and interesting people from around the world. As a result, you're always learning new things and you're never bored. Second, being an academic offers a lot of flexibility. You can work on research topics that interest you, and you teach subjects that you're passionate about.
The best part is the balance between teaching, research, and engagement. I also really enjoy the constant change and challenge. I could have made more money if I'd stayed in industry, but I have never regretted my choice.
Internationally, having a PhD gives you instant credentials at any university. At some schools, professors with PhDs are given more status and respect. It also affects your pay level. The PhD training also impacts the type and amount of knowledge that I have in my areas of expertise. Life as a professor with a PhD also provides stability and flexibility for work-life balance, which is important to me.
I worked in industry after I finished my PhD as a consultant. The PhD helped me be a better consultant because I understood research methods as well as the theory behind most of the practical solutions I was proposing. Now, as a tenured professor with a PhD, I get to do something I'm really passionate about, which is teaching. I get to work on interesting research projects with interesting people. I also do engagement work with businesses and communities. It's a privileged position.
Our students enjoy a great deal of interaction with faculty members and also work closely with PhD students.
Memorial currently has a number of interesting research initiatives focusing on the Arctic, technology and innovation that right now make it an attractive place to be a graduate student.
Memorial offers the only M.Sc in management program in Atlantic, Canada. It allows students to work on an independent research project that could be published in an academic journal.
If you are able to work on your own without a set deadline and when no one is watching, that's important to consider when looking at this career path.
It's right for you if you enjoy the university environment and learning, have a solid GPA, enjoy working independently, and like to solve problems where the answer just isn't clear.
If you are interested in an M.Sc program, you need to ask yourself whether you are prepared to dedicate many years of your life to explore a specific subject that no one has ever looked at before. Do you enjoy challenging yourself? Do you dare to fail and then raise yourself from failure? If your answers to these questions are yes, then the M.Sc program is right for you.
The M.Sc offers 3 career paths: academia and PhD programs, consulting, and public policy. Each of these has an emphasis on research, writing, and subject matter expertise.
Many choose to go into consulting, such as human resources, or become internal researchers for organizations.